Henceforth, there will be heightened security on school grounds. We will be conducting random stop and search exercises.
And for what? And for what, Seth? Because of a small lab damage? Something I can pay for.
Hi fam, welcome back to the channel. This is a recap of Far From Home season 1 episode 4. Previously on episode 3, coincidentally, fire broke out just the same time the Wilmer Academy football team won the match. This brought the celebration to a halt. If you like to see the video, please do well to check the description box or our previous uploads. Due to the fire incident at the lab, the principal resolved to conducting stop and search on all the students. Meanwhile, the list of students that made it to the London Arts Institute grant came out and Ishaya made it to the list. The principal begins to carry out the random stop and search. We didn't sit well with some of the students and Zina led the protest.
No to search! No to search! No to search! No freedom, no peace.
The protest escalated more than expected by the principal and she didn't know how to control the students. Mr. Faye was furious and told the principal to find a way to fix it and also told her to fix a PTA meeting. To support the protest, Carmen and Ishaya were helping to make the no to search protest card. On the other hand, Nena was trying to convince Atlas to take her to the Founders Day ball. She gifted Atlas a promise bracelet to show that he loves her, which Carmen mistakenly spoiled, but Atlas told her not to worry. That is just a cheap nonsense in front of Nena. Amidst the unrest in the school, Ishaya still found a way to sell some pills to students, making a smart move of making money for Mr. Government. Mr. Government heard about the fire outbreak and the protest and decided to come to school to ask Ishaya why he'd not let him know about the fire outbreak in his school. His art teacher saw him and decided to invite him to the PTA meeting. After the PTA meeting, the school management resolved to installing cameras everywhere in the school in order to check on students. Government knew that this was bad for his business, but still insisted on promoting Ishaya. Ishaya told him that he wanted to pursue his career, that he's a very good artist and he would love to improve himself. But government paid deaf ears and they still promoted him, gave him more drugs to sell. On the other hand, Ishaya's sister Rahila texted him that the landlord was still on the mommy's neck about their rent. But Ishaya thought about what the mom told him not to return, but still he took some money to the mom, but the mom rejected it. The school installs the camera around the school. Ishaya went ahead to confront Frank about his relationship with his sister Rahila. Though Frank told him that he loves the sister, but Ishaya told him to stay away from her. Meanwhile, Adufe noticed that 1 million naira was missing from the club. Later, she found out that Joe stole it.
Would you come to the ball with me? Nice one, nice one.
People were beginning to ask their date to follow them to the Founders Ball, but Reggie is yet to ask Zina out. Zina actually thought that Reggie wasn't going to ask her, but he finally did. Carmen asked Ishaya how he plans to be in business now that they have installed cameras everywhere in school. He said he was still thinking about it, but Carmen took him to the library and told him there was no cameras in the library, so he can use that to sell, which he did. At the other end, Adufe was looking for a way to replace the 1 million naira Joe stole from the club, because if Rambo gets to find out, she's going to be in a big mess. She asked Rahila to beg Frank for the money, but Rahila said they just got to know each other, so she can't actually beg him for money. Ishaya's dad decided to do something about their situation. He started to paint again, he started to say to people. Meanwhile, Adufe is still looking for a way to raise the 1 million naira that Joe stole from the club. She asked Ishaya to help her by kidnapping Frank, but Ishaya refused. Adufe tried to convince Ishaya that if Joe doesn't return the money and she couldn't replace it, that Mr. Rambo will also come for him and his family. On the day of the Founders Ball, Adufe texted Ishaya thanking him for agreeing to help her to kidnap Frank. Frank came to the ball with Rahila, Ishaya's sister, despite Ishaya's warning. Mr. Essin was also present. When Ishaya saw him, he went to meet him to tell him that he is his role model and that he picked him for his apprenticeship program, just that he didn't have money to come. Mr. Essin told him not to apply for things if he cannot afford it. Atlas's mom uses the girl in coma at the hospital to blackmail Carmen's mom into not paying his fees. Ishaya, being heartbroken from what Esen told him, went to the art room to cry, but Carmen came to console him and they ended up kissing. Atlas caught them and he thought that maybe Ishaya told Carmen about the video of him and Nenna making out. Carmen went to confront Nenna, but immediately they were announced as king and queen. Carmen announced to everyone that she was not the one that hit the girl in coma, that it was Atlas that was actually driving and that he cheated on her with her best friend Nenna. Amidst the chaos, Adufe tested Ishaya to bring Frank outside that they are ready. Ishaya was skeptical, but he still went ahead to test Frank. Frank went outside to meet him, but then they kidnapped him. So fam, share me in the comment section what you think about episode 4 of Far From Home. Have you seen our other recap? If you are yet to see them, please check the description box or check our previous videos. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.